This tutorial is going to show you how to download video and still images to use in your film projects. Again, under fair use, since this is a course of study, you can download and use anything. You do need to give a credit to the source in the closing credits of your film, and it will limit your project to staying in the classroom. Otherwise, you need to seek out royalty-free sources like stock footage and so forth. All right, so there's several methods. Let's start with the easy methods. If you, let's say we're on YouTube, we'll start with downloading videos first. And we need some video of, I don't know, how about Washington, D.C. protest, if I can spell it. Seems to know what I want. Okay, that looks like a good one. So let's click in there and look at it. All right,
There's a tendency to think, I'm going to sit down at the keyboard.
We'll mute the ad, okay? You may have to wait for the ad. And then once the video starts playing, click here and check the resolution. All right, so as you can see, it was playing at 360 resolution. Not very good. We need the best available. So I would say, unless you don't mind it looking fuzzy, you're going to want videos that have minimum 720 resolution. 1080 is preferable. When you start to get down into 480, 360, 240, it's going to look pretty fuzzy. Now that may be okay depending on the context, but 1080 is better. So we're going to click on the 1080. Not that we have to play it in order to download it in this technique, but we need to just check that it's there, okay? Once we see that it's there, here's what we're going to do. We're going to copy the URL, okay? Just copy it to the clipboard. And then I'm actually going to open up a new window, and I'm going to search out something called Clip Converter. There are many online YouTube downloaders. This is one that I find works fairly well. And I'm just going to paste the URL that I copied right here. Click Continue. It's checking it, and it's saying, well, here it's given to me all in one, okay? But I see that it's going to give me the 720, and I don't want that, so I'm going to cancel this, and I'm going to select the 1080, the top resolution. And now I'm going to go ahead and download it, and it'll do some converting, it'll do some downloading, and you'll end up with an original media file in your downloads folder. Okay, so there it goes, and that'll take some time to download, and when it's done, I'll find it in my downloads folder, which you'll find inside your home user folder. Okay, so there it is, downloading right now. That's an easy method, and it works the same for Vimeo. If you find something that you want, I'm not going to let this finish. If you find something that you want on Vimeo, let's say, oh, I don't know, let's say I want video of the Earth in space or something. You know, you find the video you want, you say, okay, that's fine, it's got a satellite in the shot, but that's fine. Again, copy the URL. Go to Clip Converter, paste it in, it'll check to see if it can download it, and usually it can, okay, and this is only at 720. So let's say, well, let me give you one more idea too. There's one other way to do this. There's a nice free app called ClipGrab if you have a Mac, and I use it a lot. It's very helpful. You can download it for free, ClipGrab, and it basically does what I was doing with that online converter, but it's all handled in an app, so it's very convenient. You just paste the link here and tell it what do you want, you know, and I usually go with the original file, top resolution, and then it'll download it to your downloads folder. So ClipGrab is another way to go. let's say you're not having luck with these for whatever reason, they don't work. Maybe you're on a site like CNN where Clip Converter isn't going to work very well and Clip Grab isn't going to work very well. So let's find a video here. I tell you what, let's click into this breaking news story and we'll find a video. Okay, so maybe you want to capture, okay, here's a video. So maybe you want to capture something like this video, which is not YouTube hosted and not Vimeo hosted. That will not work on Clip Grab or Clip Converter. So what are you going to do? What I like to do for these is first try to open them in Firefox browser. And there's a couple of little add-ons you can download. One is called Download Flash and Video. The other is called Video Download Helper. And if you search for those online, you'll find that they each have their own download link. Here's the one for Download Flash and Video, that's an add-on for Firefox, and here's one for Video Download Helper, another add-on for Firefox. So Google those, go to these pages, click Add to Firefox. You have to do it within the Firefox browser. You can't do it if you're in the Safari browser. Okay, so make sure you're in Firefox. And then once you've done that, you'll see these little widgets up here near your menu bar. Okay, so what I do is I'll start to play the video that I want and get it playing. And you may have to wait again for an ad. Okay, once the ad is over and the video that you want starts playing, and usually, not always, but usually it has to be playing, you could come up here and try this one. And here you see, look at the sizes. It's usually going to be one of the bigger sized ones. Okay, 13.31 megabytes. That sounds about right for a flash video. If it said kilobytes, I'd say no, that's not, so try it. Hit this, see if it starts downloading. It looks like it's going to do it. We'll save it to the, we'll save it to my links folder. And let's see if it works, okay? We'll also try this one. Okay, it's offering to download it here, so I'll click it with this one. And the reason we do both of these is because a lot of times one will work but not the other. Okay, so we'll download both of these. And by the way, once you're downloading, you can stop the video playing. And let's see what happens. It looks like both of them worked in this case. Oh, actually, look what happened. One of us gave us a decoy, it gave us the ad, and you'll find that happens. And then it looks like maybe the other one gave us the ad too. Oh boy. So this happens. See, you're going to have to finesse this. Then you go back and you say, oh, maybe it's not that one, maybe it's this one. Actually, this one looks good because it's actually got a size on it. Let's try this one. And then I'm also going to try this one. That looks... So again, with these Flash videos that are hosted on sites other than YouTube and Vimeo, it does get a little tricky and you kind of have to be a ninja about it a little bit. So just the fact that those are taking longer to download kind of makes me think that maybe that's the real deal this time. Okay, I'll hide that. And let's see. Finally, it looks like I got the video that I wanted. Okay, great. Okay, so it's good that you see how that works because you're not always going to get the thing that you want the first try. Now, if those techniques don't work, your third and final resort is what I call the brute force ripping method. And what that means is you would take a video like this, okay, if you can't download it any other way, and you would actually kind of record it off your screen. But you don't do this with a camera. There's two methods, okay? The first method that I would try is to use QuickTime 10. And you'll find that there is a screen recording feature. So go into that and you'll see it's recording my voice right now. It's very difficult to set this up to record the internal sound of this video, so you're going to have to grab that separately, unfortunately. So what I would recommend is just get the video for starters. This is for a video that you really want, right? So click this down, and you can select built-in microphone, and that might help you because it'll record the sound if you're playing it through the air, through the speakers, into the microphone through the air of your laptop or desktop. So you might as well select that. And then once you hit record, it'll say, do you want to record the whole screen? What I tend to do is the second option. I just drag to record part of the screen. Okay. Yes, you could put this in full screen and then record the whole screen, and yes, theoretically you'd get a slightly higher resolution. But I found that you can try that. But I found that QuickTime often can't keep up with a full screen recording. It just can't do it. So it's better to do it at the smaller size. Start recording. Then click into the website and click play on the video. And you're going to have to let it roll in real time. So we're recording this box on our screen. So what's cool about this, anything you can watch on the screen and you can record. So then you come up here and you click stop, and QuickTime gives you the video. But it doesn't have any sound. The sound you will have to record most likely separately. And I recommend that you watch the other tutorial, Capturing Music and Sound, which tells you how to use another app called Piezo to capture the sound part. Then you'll take this video element, save it to your desktop, and you'll take the separately recorded sound element via Piezo, which is on the other tutorial, and you'll bring them both into Final Cut, and you'll marry them together, and there you have your clip. Again, that's your third and final brute force tactic. If you don't want to mess with the sound and the video separately, there is a paid app which I use all the time and I highly recommend. It's called ScreenFlick, and you can find it online for I think $29. Yeah, $29. But I think it gives you a trial. It may be watermarked, or maybe it only records for a minute. So try it out if you have a Mac. I highly recommend it. The way it works is you basically, I'm using it to record the screen tutorial now, so I can't show you the interface. But you can record the system audio, and so you end up with a clip that has both the video that you watched and the audio, and it's really fast, so it can record a video that you play full screen, and it gives you a nice resolution. Okay, so there you have it. Several techniques, starting with the easiest one and ending with the more difficult one, for capturing basically any video that you find online. The last thing I want to show you is how to get photos and stills online. So let's say I need a high resolution photo of the Earth in space. So I'm going to Google my terms, and then I'm going to click on the images. But you always want the largest photo available because you want it to be sharp, and you also want the ability to maybe zoom or pan in or out of it, what's called the Ken Burns effect in Final Cut Pro, to sort of animate the photo a little bit. So you always want to go to, once you're in, do this search in the images, you want to go to Tools, select Size, and I usually start with the absolute highest and biggest, 4 megapixels. Now if I like something, then I'm done. Okay. If I don't see what I like, then I will start to. I'm getting a call. I will start to go to 2 megapixels and see if there's anything I like, because that's going to give me a larger menu of options. And if I don't like any of those options, I'll usually go down to large. That's the lowest I tend to go. If you get really desperate, I suppose you could go to medium, but I don't recommend it, because in a 1080p video project, it's going to look fuzzy. So large is the lowest that I would go. So let's say I like this. Okay, I click in, I say View Image, I right-click it, I select Save Image As. I'm going to put it in my links folder. And then what I'll do is I'll go into Final Cut Pro. And I'm going to import it from my links folder, just like I would a piece of video. And I can put it into my project. Okay, and there it is. And I can even use the Ken Burns technique if I want to. Click on Ken Burns, and we can do a little animation with it. Okay, so that when I play it, it kind of it does kind of a zoom in or zoom out. You can that's covered. Ken Burns will be covered in another tutorial. But you see what I'm getting at. The more resolution you have for this, the more you're going to be able to do these sorts of effects. Okay.